Hello everyone. Welcome to the lecture on structure of DNA part 2. We know that DNA has a double helix structure, and here we see three different types of structures exhibiting the double helix of DNA. The first structure, the A structure, is showing the sugar phosphate backbone. In the reverse direction, the two chains are running in the reverse directions. The B is showing the major and the minor grooves with the base pairs, and the C is the part of this double helical structure with minor and major grooves. Joining the nucleotides into a DNA strand. A DNA strand is simply a string of nucleotides joined together. So the smallest unit which forms a DNA is a nucleotide. The phosphate group on one nucleotide links to the 3' carbon atom on the sugar of another one. So here we see that the deoxyribose sugar moiety at number 3, the 3 carbon which is denoted as 3' carbon is linked with the phosphoric acid group. In the process, a molecule of water is lost, which is a condensation reaction. So here we see what is a nucleotide. There are 3 units which are responsible for composing a DNA. So the components of DNA are the phosphoric acid, then base, and the sugar moiety, which is 2-deoxyribose. So if the sugar and base they are joined, it forms a nucleoside. And if a phosphoric acid molecule is also attached to the deoxyribose sugar at C5', then we see it is a nucleotide. So a nucleotide has all the 3 components P, S and B, that is phosphoric acid, the phosphate, the sugar and the base. So this forms a nucleotide, and these nucleotides on joining each other form big strands which are called a DNA molecule. So names of DNA base derivatives. Suppose we have the base adenine, and the nucleoside that will be formed is 2'-deoxyadenosine. And if we see a nucleotide which will be on the 5' carbon atom, so it is 2'-2-deoxyadenosine 5' monophosphate, and so on. So here we see how a base and a sugar moiety with a phosphate, that is a nucleotide, joins with another nucleotide molecule. So it joins with the hydroxyl group on C, that is the 3 carbon atom of sugar moiety with the loss of water molecule from the phosphoric acid unit, and forms the bonding between C3 C5, right? The C5 carbon has phosphoric acid and the C3 position has the hydroxyl group. So this forms a new bond between the 2 nucleotide units, and which keeps enlarging to form a DNA, and they continue to add more nucleotides in the same way to build up the DNA chain. Building a DNA chain, concentrating on the essentials. What matters in DNA is the sequence of the 4 bases take up in the chain. We can build the chain based on this very obvious simplification, that is phosphate, sugar and base. The phosphate group P is attached to the sugar ring, and notice that it is joined by 2 lines with an angle between them. An adenine on one chain is always paired with a thymine on the second chain, and a guanine on one chain is always paired with a cytosine on the other one. So we see there are 2 parallel chains running in opposite directions. So if there is adenine on the first chain, on one chain, so this will pair with thymine on the second chain. So see, this pairing of bases leads to a particular DNA, and DNA, as we know, it carries the genetic code. So how important the pairing of bases is? The first thing is that a smaller base is always paired with a bigger one. The effect of this is to keep the 2 chains at a fixed distance from each other all the way along. But more than this, the pairing has to be exactly that adenine pairs with thymine, guanine pairs with cytosine. That is, A pairs with T and G pairs with C. That is because these particular pairs fit exactly to form very effective hydrogen bonds with each other. It is these hydrogen bonds which hold the 2 chains together. These 2 base pairs form hydrogen bonds which hold the 2 chains which are running parallel, held together. The base pairs fit together as follows. When there is a AT pair base, then we see there are hydrogen bonds formed between A and T. There are 2 hydrogen bonds formed. And when GC base pair is there, we see 3 hydrogen bonds. So we see with the pairing of bases, the number of hydrogen bonds increase, or they give strength for the 2 chains to be held together. So this is how a single chain is formed by the joining of nucleotides. So if the top of this segment was the end of the chain, then the phosphate group would have been at the top with OH group attached to the spare bond rather than another sugar moiety or the ring. And similarly, if the bottom of this segment was the end, then the spare bond at the bottom would also be the hydroxyl group of D, that is deoxyribose ring of the sugar moiety. Joining the 2 DNA chains together. The importance of base pairs, we have seen that the bigger base joins with or pairs with the smaller base, and the number of hydrogen bonds formed between the 2 base pairs. Here is the diagram. We started from the double helical structure with the color showing the pairing between the bases, that is A with T and G with C. the final structure of DNA showing the important bits. So on the left hand, we see the chain that is from top to bottom, that is 5 prime. We have the carbon of the sugar, and the 3 prime again the sugar, which is unpaired or the free bond of hydroxyl group. And on the right hand, we see the chain that is running parallel to the first chain on the left. It is opposite, right? And this is showing the pairing between the bases. See, the G and C have 3 bonds, hydrogen bonds, and A with T has 2 hydrogen bonds. So this is the parallel chain which DNA forms, or the double helical structure carries. The two chains run in the opposite direction, and the right hand chain is essentially upside down. The ends of these bits of chain are labeled with 3 prime and 5 prime. If we followed the left hand chain to its very end at the top, we would have a phosphate group attached to 5 prime carbon in the deoxyribose ring. And if we followed it all the way to the other end, we would have an hydroxyl group attached to the 3 prime carbon. In the second chain, the top end has the 3 prime carbon and the bottom end has the 5 prime carbon, the 5 prime end. This 5 prime and 3 prime notation becomes important when we start talking about the genetic code and genes. The genetic code in the genes is always written in 5 prime to 3 prime direction along a chain. See now how important this is for a human DNA. We see different kinds of DNA. Thank you so much.